Surprise! I decided to go live. Cooking a later supper. It's been one of those days where just couldn't get going. Every meal ended up later, and so I'm gonna make something super quick with you guys. Show you when the things go south, and you forget to take your dinner out, and you're not sure what you're having because you forgot to take it out. I got a solution. So, in my magic steamer here, I have 2 pounds of ground pork. They are currently frozen. They're not going to be frozen in a moment. So I'm going to pop those in the microwave and we'll talk about the steamer for a second. So in the microwave, I'm going to put it on for 4 minutes. We'll see how that does. And we'll get cooking and see what else I can get done while that's doing. You ever do that where you set the timer and you try to race the clock and see what you can get done in that before the microwave beeps or the dryer goes off or the washing machine? All the moms in the group, you know what I'm talking about. Trying to get it. It's time management, right? That's where it starts. Trying to get things done while your kids are napping. That's where it started, really. So, in the steamer is just ground beef, didn't add water. If you've not seen it before, you're going to love it. We'll talk more about it as we spend our time together. I'm really glad to have you all here with us, and thank you, Tracy, for being an amazing host once again. This is a last chance, first glance class. So some of you know Epicure really, really well, and you're eager for the start of the new season. Me too. I love this season. This is my favorite season. And some of you are new to Epicure, and that's okay too. So guys, feel free to invite friends. The more the merrier. We love newbies. We love when friends invite friends. That just helps me spread the good food mission, helps Tracy with her host rewards, and helps all of you guys too, because you have fun. More people, more fun. So in the steamer, no water. Doesn't need it. When you add meat, vegetables, any of that stuff, you don't need it because there's already water in it. When you cook pasta or quinoa or rice or any of those things, obviously they're dehydrated. You need to add water. But I love that it locks the nutrients into what you're cooking. You're not adding water, which isn't pulling the nutrients out of your food. And it's done in little bit of time. I love how quickly. Broccoli. Who can make broccoli faster than 2 minutes in your steamer? I can't. That's super. Also comes with this amazing tray, which I use as a lid when I'm doing rice, quinoa, all of that stuff. I use it as multi-layered cooking, so you can put your protein on the bottom, veggies on top. I also use it to separate when we're making fajitas, my picky eater's food. Because she doesn't like chicken fajitas with onions and peppers, and the rest of us do. So her chicken goes on top of the tray. The rest of it goes underneath. She's happy, we're happy, everybody's happy. That's the name of the game, right? All kinds of things. Make some healthy potato chips, just pop them onto this and put them in the microwave. So I have the meat in there. I'm actually making something that is part of the new Epic Life kit, the Epic Life collection. So Donair, you guys know it if you've been part of Epicure for a while. This is now part of the Epic Life program. And quite frankly, always guys, it was. All of our meal solutions, if you're looking at that program or something that you might be interested in, it is on special right now. It's already a built-in 15% savings, but right now you get it for 10% off. Amazing. And if you're thinking that, you might want to be hosting in the future, or maybe Tracy's having a look at it thinking, she needs to restock her Epic Life collection, it's a great 50% off item for hosts. So, and I have allergies today, so our cherry tree is in full bloom. That makes me kind of go asthmatic. I have reactive airway, so hopefully my voice holds out. I love these trays, especially not just for using them. They're sheet pans. This is the quarter sheet pan. You can see how shiny it is. I use my tray liner, my sheet pan liner all the time. But in the summer season, guys, these are the best backyard buddy. I put all the burger fixings, or maybe I'm marinating on the bigger one. They're just so well used that I have multiple sets of each size because we just use them that much. We love them that much. But tonight, I'm actually using it for the Donair toppings. So you might have seen this a couple months ago. They were a host gift. We always have an exclusive host item. So keep your eye out if there's things that you're interested in, like this month, the 4-cup prep bowl with our garlicky dill and sweet and smoky topper. But I love having lettuce on hand that's already pre-washed, ready to go. Stays safe because it's got a little tray to collect all the water. Little separator, keep the waters off of it. But yeah, I'm going to start loading that up with the Donair fixings, but let's have a look at our, and I'm gonna have to grab my ground meat separator, but let's have a look at our frozen, hopefully not frozen any longer, ground pork. Oh, and you know what? It is in my sink. I just did some baking, washed up those dishes, and well, teenagers came in and threw their plates on top of things too. So it is here. So it looks a little like a lawn dart, right guys? Like, it's kind of cool. Anyways, so I'm gonna break that up. Now normally when you're doing donair, you don't wanna cook the meat as broken apart, and there's a little bit of frozen chunk in the center there, but I can break through it. This is a really great beveled edge on the bottom. But you normally make it like kind of almost like a meatloaf, right? But I don't have time for that tonight. This is gonna go in for another minute before I add the seasoning. Still a little bit frozen, but breaking it up will help it break apart more or defrost more. But tonight I'm showing you the speed donair dinner. So we'll put it in for, let's say a minute and a half. All right, so we will keep that going. I'm gonna put this off to the side so I don't get it dirty. But donairs need cucumbers and tomatoes. So I've got this beautiful tomato here, our ceramic knife. If you do not have this knife, put this on your wish list because it's fantastic. I love it, especially burger season's coming. And I love slicing tomatoes with it. It is ceramic, so the blade is super sharp. Great for precision slicing and dicing, chopping up your meats, chopping up your veggies. I don't recommend it for the heavier veggies like turnips or cabbage. Get a metal knife for that. It's ceramic, so it is fragile. It's got a bull nose, so you can use it in avocado skins. It won't cut through. It's also safer for you. It won't poke through. Won't poke your finger. So, but I mean, beautiful, lovely sliced tomatoes. So I'll just layer those onto the tray too. And get rid of the end. We'll probably throw that into some guacamole tomorrow maybe. Now, I'm going to run across the room and grab my mandolin. I forgot to grab it. I need it for the onions and the cucumbers. Have you seen our mandolin? I'm sure if you've been watching my demos for a while, you've seen the mandolin. If not, you're going to love it. Super small. Fits in any drawer, any cupboard in your house. Just going to grab a slice of paper towel. This cutting board I'm using, guys, is on our discontinued list. So if you've been eyeing it up, get it. It's a two-sided, non-slip cutting board. It's got these little silicone nubs so it will not slide. Move a couple things out of the way. Check the ground beef, ground pork. We do love donair with ground pork. There's something about the flavor that we just love it with the pork. That's better. And of course you can do it with whatever. I've got ground beef. I know O'Kenny's. Oh my goodness, that's the alcohol version of the Kenny family. Kenny's beef. I know you guys probably have some of that. So this is fantastic with local beef. Support local, guys. I support local as much as I can. So yeah, just mix it, mash it. Grab your donair seasoning. I'm going to show you this trick. Shake it so that it's all at the top, not the bottom. Cut along that dotted line. Because when you're following recipes, or if you're like me and you post things on social, it's kind of nice to have that bag stand up. So I just threw that right into the ground meat. Just give it a little puff up and it will stand. Hopefully you can see that there. It will stand up. Move it this way a little bit. So that while you're working, you can actually go hands-free recipe following. So now I'm just working this into the ground meat. And normally at this point you would form you'd add a little bit of water. I'm not going to. You would add form it into a meatloaf almost. Then you would form it into, the meatloaf in whatever pan you're using it. Probably in this pan. It works really well for this amount. There's 2 pounds here and that's what the recipe calls for. Which means there's going to be leftovers, which I like. Leftovers at lunchtime is great. And I got hungry family here. My husband, you guys might know him. He's a flooring installer. He gets home, he's really hungry. He doesn't tend to break all day, so when he gets home, he's ready for food. All right, so that is mixed in. Lid goes back on. And if you've been watching me put that lid on, there's steam vents in the lid. They go away from the handles. So I'm going to put that on now for, let's say 6 minutes. We'll stir it up again and check, and we'll put it on for a couple minutes more. It's probably going to need about 9 or 10 with that amount of meat in there. We got a couple things to do before we get to that point. So back to the mandolin. Currently I have a 3.5 millimeter in here. I got to check the lighting. Yep. 3.5 millimeter, which is great for your slicing and dicing of just kind of like, well, I call them coins, or your potatoes. So I'll show you, get the plastic off of here. I'm not going to use the handguard right now because there's still lots of space, but as I get closer, I will want to. But you can see beautifully sliced cucumbers in seconds, and those will go on our toppings tray because donair require cucumber. And then, oh, we got one more thing to do with that. Not that my husband likes it, but I do, and my son does. We got a red onion. I leave the root end on. That's where the handguard is going to go. Hopefully you can see that okay. Just push the spikes into there. The button will pop up. I'm only going to do 2 slices because literally that's all we're going to use tonight. 1, 2, that's a tough onion. And it gets, so talking for your burger toppings, beautiful onion slices. So, and that's all I'm going to need for tonight. But if I was doing for a whole crew, let's hope we get to do that this summer a little more often. Vaccine and COVID willing, right? That's the mandolin. There's 4 blade attachments. There's another thinner blade if you were doing like your veggie chips. Watch this. You just pop the button, push it, off that pops. And then I save it for another day. 4 attachments. So there's a thinner one if you're doing veggie chips. Perfect. Thinner straight blade. Then there's a small julienne for like matchstick carrots or matchstick cucumbers, whatever you want. You can see nicely sliced up. And then there is a large julienne, which I used the other night for shoestring fries, you know, like the Golden Arches size. Perfect for that. Or maybe you're doing like zucchini noodles or you want it for a salad or something like that. So the donair meat's in there. Waiting on that. Got one more thing to prep. Normally I make a donair sauce, but in this case I just feel like having aioli. I just want to make it as a thicker aioli because I know the leftovers I'm going to use. So in here I've got about 3/4 cup of mayo. So I'll adjust the recipe accordingly. It says for 1 cup, do a tablespoon. So I'm going to use my 4-in-1 spice spoon. Guys, if you are a Epicure fan and you do not have this, put this on your wish list because you need it. It's 1 tablespoon at this end, teaspoon at this end. Turn it over, 1/2 teaspoon, and there's a marker for 1/4. Every spoon you need in your kitchen. So 3/4, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons. We like our garlic. That's probably going to be good. And then, I don't have any lemon, but lime works just as well. Lime is just fine, my friends. So I'm going to slice a lime in half. I did leave this on the counter for a little bit, and I did give it a roll so that it breaks up the juice a little bit. These are tougher limes at this time of year, so you want to try and break that up a little bit. Just a splash using our citrus press. And it won't turn it inside out because I haven't done it yet the whole way, but it does start to turn it inside out. And then, if I can find my 3-in-1 spatula, there it is. 3-in-1 spatula, perfect for small tasks. I love when you get to the bottom of the mayonnaise jar and you want that little bit out of the lip. This works perfectly for it. It's also great for stirring, for mixing, for spreading. I spread cream cheese with it, or icing on cupcakes if it's not my daughter doing it, who's a bakerella. She's really good at decorating cupcakes. But for this kind of job too, stirring and mixing, perfect. All those small tasks. So that's all that aioli takes, is the roasted garlic aioli and a little bit of lime or lemon juice. Mix it together, let it sit so the flavors kind of blend. And that's where the lid comes in. The silicone lid that comes with our 1 cup prep bowls. It also comes in our 4 cup prep bowl, which again, that's the Host Special right now currently. But the 1 cup prep bowls, the kind of little brother, but they were born first. They seal really nicely. It's great for storing in your fridge. They're stackable. I even make poached eggs in them. So you just kind of put the lid off to the side And, well, kind of like this. The lid off to the side, put a little bit of water, drop an egg gently into it. In 40 seconds, you get a poached egg. It's beautiful. So the donair sauce is ready. Well, we're using just aioli tonight, but if it was donair sauce, you just add milk a little bit and a little bit of sugar, but we're just doing aioli. Yeah, we're making crumbled donair in there. Now, the donair seasoning and the roasted garlic aioli, both part of the Epic Life collection. And that's a really great collection, even if you're just starting out with Epicure or you need to replenish a pantry. You know, you don't necessarily have to follow the challenge or take part in the challenge. It's just an all-around really great kit, really great guide for healthy eating. 100 recipes and 30 of them are brand new, so if you have the guide already, you might want the new one because it's got lots of new stuff in it. And I love the new scoops. So the new scoops are color-coded. I don't have mine yet. But instead of being black with a dot, they now are each individual color, so you know what you're serving of veggies, meat, you know, starch, whatever you're serving is supposed to be. So, and also if you just joined this cutting board, or non-slip cutting board, really great cutting board, it's on the discontinued list. It may be a supply thing, some things that are discontinued or a supply, COVID-related supply issue. And so that is still available currently, so get your hands on it if you don't have it already. And in our steamer, we have the donair crumbled up instead of doing it as a, and it is just about cooked, so I'm going to rinse this off with some hot water so that I don't throw in some raw meat. The bonus of a really hot water tank. It's about 3/4 of the way cooked, so I'm okay actually. But I'm just making a quick donair version. So if you don't have time to wait for, you know, an entire big batch of donair and then kind of let it cool and sit and then slice it all up, you just want to cheat, just crumble it up. Mix the mixture right into the ground beef. So chopping the big bits up, that's what the ground meat separator is for. Just kind of be careful if it's a greasier meat. This is ground pork, so it's fairly lean. And my local beef, I love that. Local farmers, I love local beef because there isn't very much fat in it. For the grocery store beef, if they say it's lean, it's not always lean. Depends on where you buy it. So mixed it up a little bit more. We'll put it in the microwave for another 1.5 minutes or 2. Let's go with 2 to be on the safe side. I'm going to talk about one more steamer that I love. So we'll go with 2.5. There we go. So donairs I usually do on pitas, and I have this round steamer. So this is a newer steamer. You may not have seen this before. It is great, same size. It holds 12 cups just like the other steamer does. It has a nice round shape, which I love for throwing pitas into. And then once they're heated, I can leave the lid on. And they'll stay nice and soft. So you can use it for when you're doing tacos as well. Put your taco shells, your soft shells in there. It's just kind of a really great steamer to have for all kinds of things, including soups and stews. I find the rotisserie chicken, so when we're doing a whole chicken in the microwave, I find it fits better. The shape suits the round one better. And yeah, I mean, I just love having another steamer in my house. Steamers are so handy for time-saving, you know, quick dinner solutions. And exciting news, it's on for 50% off next month as a host exclusive. So if you are thinking about hosting, get hosting if you want this round steamer, because 50% off, that's a steal. That means you're getting it for about $20, like $21 roughly. And I mean, who doesn't have $20 that they want to have on time-saving meals? Saver. Like, these are Purple People feeders, guys. I just love them. They make our meal times just ready in moments. As you can see, 1 minute on the clock. I'm gonna have a sip of water. Have you guys seen this before? I'm kind of hoping, we'll cross our fingers, that it's coming back. This is a summertime product. Sneak peek alert, guys. Maybe. Do you think it's coming back? Put in the comments if you think this is coming back for the season. Summer season is coming. Like I said, this is a last chance, first glance kind of class. Have you seen this happen before? That was blue when I first showed it to you, right? Add a little bit of lemon or lime juice. Color changes to purple. It's so pretty. I love it. It's summery. It's wonderful. Can't tell you for sure if it's back, but you guys can certainly guess whether you think it is or not. I can tell you, I stocked up on it when it was a Christmas shopper because I missed it that much. And it is delicious. It is a grapey flavor. Fingers crossed, we're going to see it soon. You guys will know soon. We're going to start talking about new products once the weekend gets here. Remember, last chance. So any item that you order, any orders that you make right now, before tomorrow, so before midnight tomorrow, April 30th, those orders are going to give you reduced shipping on your May order. So if you're looking at things like this cutting board, or if you don't have the waffle maker, it's discontinued as well. Get them now, and don't worry about wanting to order next week because you're going to save on shipping. We got a deal for you, and I think you're going to like it. All right, so the donair meat is ready, and I'm going to pop the round steamer in here for a minute. And my dinner's done, guys. 25 minutes ago, I had nothing ready. I'm going to say 45 seconds. I don't think we need a minute. But 25 minutes ago, I had nothing ready. It was frozen. We had kind of one of those days where it went sideways. I had like 2 other demos for 2 other things that I got going on right now. And here we are, having supper. It's 7 o'clock. It's only about 30 minutes later than we normally eat. And it was frozen to ready. Look at the steam coming off of there. Frozen to ready. Isn't that, it smells delicious. Oh my goodness, whenever I pick it up. Frozen to ready, under 30 minutes. And it was like, I had no idea what we were having 30 minutes ago. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. Remember, last chance, first glance. Remember, there's lots of great stuff coming next week, but it's not too late to order off of this catalog, and I've got a great deal for you. So, take care, guys. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing. Make it epic.